160 people are asked how many siblings they have. The incomplete results are shown below. So they went off and they surveyed people, and this is the frequency table. So it shows you there was 32 people that answered they have 0 siblings, and 27 people that said they had 2 siblings, 28 that said they had 3 siblings, and 40 that said they have 4 siblings. So of course, this is the results of them asking these 160 people, and they not only asked them, they probably had to write it down as they went along, each person's individual answer. And then they've tallied it up here, as they counted all the number of people who can't answer 0, and that's where they got this frequency. Um, that's how they developed this frequency table. So the first missing blank here is the frequency of 1. Well, there's a few different ways to figure this out. If you add all of these frequencies, the number of people who said 0, plus the number of people who said 1, plus the number of people who said 2, plus the number of people who said 3, plus the number of people who said 4, if you add all those together, so 32 plus 27 plus 28 plus 40, plus this unknown one, all of them should add to 160, because this is everybody who is sampled. And there was 160 people, and all of them said either 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4. So you could do that, by adding all those numbers together, and then, subtracting that sum from 160. Or another way of doing it is you look over at the last column here, and it says this is cumulative frequency, which means it's adding the number of people in that row. So that's why cumulative frequency under cumulative frequency says 32, because it's just adding everybody in the row who had 0 siblings. But then as we move one step higher here, it says 65. So that means that they took everybody who had 1 sibling and they added it to the amount of people who had no siblings, or fewer than 1, which is 1 or 0, or 1 or fewer. So then that's how they got this number 65. So that would be the even faster way. So I'm just going to do 65 minus 32, and it gives me the answer there, 33. So there must have been 33 people who answered 1. So let's just double check our answer here. 33 people. There we go. All right. The second way, the second thing that they ask here is the relative frequency of 3. So the relative frequency is just the frequency of 3 divided by the total number of people who were surveyed. So out of everyone that is surveyed, what is the percent that said 3? So that you're going to do 28, the number who said 3, divided by everybody who was surveyed, which was 160, they said in the very beginning of the problem there. So that gives us this value 0.175. So that is the answer to the relative frequency for 3 siblings. This empty box, the second empty box, and the second and the third column here. So that is 1.75. Okay. Then the last answer, no, there's 2 more answers here. This one is cumulative frequency of 2 siblings. The cumulative frequency of 2 siblings is the sum of, ask the same question as how many people answered 2 or fewer. So if you look up one, it tells us, so you could get this answer by just adding together the 27. There was 27 people who had 2 siblings, plus the number of people who had 1, which was 33. We already solved for that, and we saw the answer there was 33. Plus the people who had 0 siblings, 32. So that's one way to find that answer. A faster way would be to just see, this is the cumulative frequency for 1. This is how many people had 1 or fewer siblings, was 65. And we can just add now the frequency of people who had 2 siblings. So that would give us the total number of people who have 2 or fewer siblings. So I'm just going to do 65 plus 27. And we get 92. And so let's just double check our answer here. Yes, that answer was 92. All right, the last question they're asking here is complete the table and determine what % of the people have exactly 3 siblings. So they give us, well, we already calculated that this answer was 0.175, I believe. So I believe that was our answer. Let me just double check it. Yeah, 0.175. So this is the decimal representation of how many people had exactly 3. So when they ask what %, we just have to take this decimal and rewrite it as a %. So we do that by just moving the decimal twice to the right and then adding our % symbol. So this answer is 17.5. And let's double check our answer, but that should be it. So all I did was take this value, the decimal answer for the relative frequency of exactly 3 in that row 3. And then I just moved the decimal twice and got my answer and added % symbol. Well, we don't have to add a % symbol, they did that for us. Let's double check the answer. And that's what they got. All right, have a good day, bye.